Okay, I don't have to mention that you have always to be wearing your protective gloves. This one is rated at 500 volts, as you see, especially when you're dealing with high voltage. These modules are already separated, so each module is about 48 volts. I have 8 modules in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 4 back here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Today we are doing balancing. I'm just gonna remove this. Since the modules are separated, 48 volts, I don't have to be wearing protective gloves for that. And I made this cable here basically to use the balancing feature. Right now we are balancing 6 cells, and if I want to see, you can look at the voltage on each cell. So it's balancing and charging at the same time. Okay, I'm using very low current, 0.6 amp. And basically to set up a balancing, all you have to do is you go to, this is an empty channel here, lithium ion, and you go balancing, charging. You set up based on how many cells you have. In this case we have 6 cells, and you put the capacity. As I mentioned, I'm just using a low, because it's already charged, I'm using a low current, 0.7 ampere, and then start. And then if everything is connected, since there's no connection, it's going to break. But if everything is connected, if I go on side here, you have to put a JST cable here, connector, with 7. The first line is always the ground, and then the 6 series cells you can plug it here, just like what we have here. This is an isolation test meter. I'm gonna set it to 1000 volts because the voltage of the Panamera is around 384 volts, so you always double that value. So if I have, let's say, if I had 200 volts, I could have just put 500 volts. But since it's almost 400, I just put 1000. So what does this test do? It will measure the resistance, okay? And we're supposed to have, when we have like a complete isolation, we're supposed to have very high resistor. If we have a low resistor when we measure, means you have a leak somewhere, okay? So you put that and you do test, and I'm just gonna leave this here for now. And if I measure, I have, as you see, I have about 30 mega ohm, which is high enough. When you have a high resistors, then you don't have a leak. You have it's almost like an open circuit. Okay, just like before, reconnect the plus to the plus side of the 6 battery, and then the ground or the negative to the ground here. And then for the balancing cable, if we take this balancing cable, The first cable is the ground. It's connected to the ground, as you see here. The second cable, which is right here, it's connected to the plus or of the first cell where you have the ground. The second one is connected to the second cell. So we always connect to the plus side. Third is connected to the third, and since these cells are like connected already in series, the problem with, not the problem, but the modules of the Ford Panamera, they are basically soldered. There's a jumper here, as you see. Between each two cells, we connect them in series. So it will be very hard to take each cell by itself and do this connection. So what we did, we just basically connected the plus here for this, the plus for the next cell here, the plus for the third cell here, and the plus for the fourth cell here, the fifth cell here, and the last one we just connected with the plus of the entire 6-cell pack. Yeah, that's how we're basically doing balancing for this. We're gonna do the first 6 here, then we're gonna move to the next 6, and then one by itself, and then we're gonna do the same thing for all these battery packs here. Then once we're done, we just basically going to do an isolation test, make sure that everything is good, and then we done. That's it.